Hello, it's time for a Go Pack Go show with Hafeman Bros. We got some video, and we got who do we have here? It's a nice hood, Ben. Where'd you get that from? Hello.
What?
So it's a nice hood. Where'd you get that from?
Store?
Oh, okay. Is that the same hood that you had in this one over here? Where is that? Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, I can't find it there.
I don't know. I ain't worried about that.
All right, you got some plays.
We used to do plays right away.
Yeah, we got it. Well, let's get into it. Here we go. We got
I'm really tired, so
show.
let's
I'm
get
really
to do
tired
some
too.
plays. Okay, good. Let's
Get
get some
into it
plays then.
right now. Get some plays. What do you got?
I don't know. I gotta find them first.
Uh,
No talking today. Just plays.
Plays and one's extra silent but deadly because we talked about it. Got to give it to him.
Okay,
Plays up.
I got plays for that. All right.
Plays
This is a
days.
video called "You Shall Not Pass" in honor of Gandalf. This is all the pressure that the Packers got and the stopping of the passing game of the Lions.
17 pressures in the game. Oh my goodness.
Well, these are just the ones that end up in sacks. So,
Damn.
so let's take a look at what we got here. Packers got 2 down linemen, 2 stand-up guys, in Gary and Preston. You got your 2 inside linebackers, and you got your 5 D-backs. Standard nickel defense here. This is in slow motion. What we want to watch is, why is Jared Goff holding the ball so long? Well, let's find out. When the ball snapped, you'll see Anthony Johnson Jr. goes straight back. So we only got one single high safety. We got man coverage on the top. We've got kind of a shell coverage here on the bottom of the screen where Valentine is going deep. This looks like I think it's actually a 3 deep and a 3 shallow zone on this particular play. Because if you look at how on the top of the screen, Valentine is just bailing deep. Bottom of the screen, Valentine is bailing deep. And Anthony Johnson is going deep in the middle. So they've got like a 3 deep coverage and a 3 shallow coverage. The first down marker is the 35-yard line. I think that Jared Goff, if you look here, is looking at the receiver at the top of the screen to try to throw to him. But it's kind of a dumb route combination because the slot receiver does a quick turnaround at this spot, which makes Owens just kind of sit here at the 30-yard line, which takes away the passing lane to the outside guy who's going to do the same type thing, but he's going to go deeper route.
Looks like Sam Laporta.
Yeah. So because of that, Goff kind of hangs on the ball a little bit too long. He wants to throw it here, but he doesn't have the guts to. He could have, if he wanted to, he could throw it here right now. Maybe this guy breaks tackle, but he's not looking to do that. And before you know it, he pumps fakes once, then tries to step up in the pocket, then gets hit by Gary, and the ball comes out, and then Owens picks it up and takes it in for the score. So it's not really the greatest coverage in the world.
Mr. Biles.
It's more that Jared Goff is kind of dumb. Now, this play is the very next time that they had a sack. And what I like about it is this. If you look on the screen, they took the running back and they ran him all the way over to this side of the field. And Quay Walker went over there to cover him. So that tells Goff this is man coverage, right? So he gives some kind of signal to these guys that it's man coverage, man coverage, man coverage. And a lot of times in man coverage, the defenders are going to have their backs to the quarterback because they're worried about covering the actual receiver. But the Packers and Joe Barry pull a sneaky one out. They actually play a kind of like a zone. It is man because look how close up these guys. It looks like it's man. But watch. Valentine in the flat backs up and has eyes on the quarterback. Valentine on the top of the screen backs up and his eyes are on the quarterback. If you look in the middle of the field, you got two guys here and here with eyes on the quarterback. You got McDuffie, who's sitting here on this inside route, eyes on the quarterback. So Goff is looking here to try to throw the ball, yet everybody has got his eyes on him, and he's afraid of throwing this pass because he thinks it's going to get tipped or picked off or who knows, whatever. Now, why he's not throwing the ball yet? Kenny Clark does a pretty good job of getting pressure. If you look at the pocket at this point, Preston Smith has beat his guy to the inside, and as Goff is moving forward, there's probably one guy he could pass to, who is the slot receiver in the bottom of the screen, or he could do the shallow crosser that's coming across at about the 22-yard line, coming into his vision if he would want to throw it there. Now, McDuffie's waiting for that. And I think it's Keyshawn Nixon, who's in the middle of the field right here, who's also waiting to kind of jump this crossing route. So this would the best pass would be to go to the slot receiver. But Goff doesn't do either of those things. He just steps up in the pocket and tries to run. Had he flipped it here, it probably would have been smarter. And if you look, McDuffie has dropped back a little bit. And
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
What?
Are you sure this is the Packers defense we're looking at here?
Yeah.
I don't understand what I'm seeing, because what I'm seeing is, number one, they got tricky and tricked the quarterback by pretending it was man and it wasn't really man.
Yeah.
Which is one thing. And number two, then they played zone, and instead of just standing in one spot in the zone, they're actually covering the receivers that are coming into the zone. Is that what I'm seeing here?
Yeah, but Devondre Campbell's not on the field, and Preston Smith's not back in coverage. You actually have guys who know what the hell they're doing out there.
This is the way you're supposed to do it. This is amazing. Okay, all right.
It's still kind of dumb though, because look, the first down marker is the 26-yard line.
Ah, that's true. Yes,
this guy is right here. Like if Goff just flips it to him, these guys, the two defenders, it's a first down. But Goff doesn't flip it; he tries to run. And this is the play where Brooks gets him and tackles him right about here. Because instead of him throwing it here to this guy, which he could easily do, he decides to run the ball like a ding dong. And fumble. A bunch of Packers with their eyes on the ball. Keyshawn Nixon jumps in there. And we got another turnover because Jared Goff is dumb.
Dang.
So part of it is the Packers defense is good. The other part is that Jared Goff is dumb.
Yeah, let's look at this middle.
Dumb.
Look right now. Hold on. You don't have a single guy. Look at that. You don't have a single guy inside the tackles because they are not worried about him running. That's great.
Well, see, but now Quay Walker's there because he came back in motion, so it looked like it was man
with the back. Yeah,
but look at how these guys are acting. See, look at Quay Walker switches with the zone. Mm-hmm. So there's the crossing route in front of him, but instead of Quay Walker going along with him, Quay Walker stays.
Yep.
And Keyshawn Nixon goes with the crosser.
This puts all of Aaron Rodgers wanting to know what you do before the snap stuff.
Well, as we know, Rodgers got tricked quite a bit by the 49ers by doing this same type of thing in the playoff game that we lost.
Because he thought he knew everything, and then they changed on him. That's brilliant.
Right. And then, of course, Goff gets out of the first tackle, but then Carl Brooks with the big smacky ball smack. We get the ball out of there. And we get the ball again. So part of it is pretty good defense, pretty cool ideas going on, but also Jared Goff sucks.
Okay.
Here's another pass rush down. This one's really cool because let's take a look at the lineup here. You got Preston on the bottom of the screen, lined up next to Rashawn Gary, and they're practically on top of each other right here next to each other. Then you got big guy. So we got TJ Slayton, Devontae Wyatt, and Kenny Clark all lined up together here. And then we got our inside linebacker, McDuffie, is on the top of the screen. And you got Quay Walker in the middle, and you only got 3 defensive backs on the field at this point. So you're like, what the heck? I'm sure Jared Goff's looking at this like, what is this mess? 3 big guys. The 2 pass rushers are standing next to each other way over here. And McDuffie is on the other side, who's not even a pass rusher. Where
was all this creativity from Joe Barry?
I don't know.
What happened? Okay, all right.
But whenever they do this stuff, it certainly messed the Lions up. So let's watch what happens on this play. It's really cool. Preston drops back in coverage. Takes away the flat running back, which is good. McDuffie blitzes. The 3 defensive linemen all get pressure. Kenny Clark goes straight on Penei Sewell and runs right past him. And Rashawn Gary does a complete stunt and sneaks right in between the 2 big guys, Wyatt and TJ Slayton, and goes straight for Jared Goff. And the cool part is this. You got a double bracket coverage on the top of the screen. You got Ballantyne on the bottom of the screen, covering here with help from the inside Owens. And because this route is coming back toward Owens, Quay Walker can take away the first if he throws it over the middle, and then Owens will be there to pick him up if he gets past him to that side. Plus, you got Anthony Johnson Jr. with his eyes on the quarterback way, way back at safety. So pretty much all 3 of these routes are covered, and Preston's got the flat covered. And they don't have a tight end in the game. They have that number 70 at offensive lineman in here as an extra blocker, which they did quite a bit in this game, which is kind of weird.
That's
but
right.
The key is watch Gary here. He's going to come all the way, sneak through here. Nobody touches him, and go straight for Goff. Like nobody touched him. So he gets a sack. I don't know if that was a sack. Yeah, it was a sack. But it wasn't like he was doing anything.
Half yard. That was like a half-yard sack.
Half-yard sack, yeah. But I mean, when you watch it from this angle, look at this big, huge gap here. Gary's going to go all the way around.
Yeah.
All the way around. And it's going to be Devontae Wyatt, TJ Slayton, who seal the edges off of the center and the left guard. And Kenny Clark's going to push Penei Sewell back a good 5 yards. And Goff is changing the play again because he's seeing this. And he's like, I don't know what's going on here. We're not going to run it. We're going to pass it.
So against a more athletic quarterback, you could not do this. Well, you could.
No, because Gary would never caught him.
Yeah.
Because Gary's coming through the middle here.
He'd take off and run right there, and you'd be in deep shit. But Goff is slow, so it works. Right. All right. Well, Quay Walker's in the neighborhood anyway, so it wouldn't have been like crazy bad, but still would have picked up some yards.
But it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, in this play, we got a similar type of thing. We got Gary on the outside. 2 big guys, Preston on the top. This is usually what they do standard-wise, right? McDuffie, I think, is lined up here on Laporta. So just on the inside of Gary. And what we're watching on this play is...
Wait a minute. Did you say before that they had nickel defense?
Yeah.
That's hilarious to me. That's hilarious. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Matt LaFleur.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. So you got 2 guys in the pass pattern on the bottom. Nobody's open. We got 2 guys bracketing. Top of the screen. This is the interesting part. You're going to have the running back who's going to come across, and then the receiver on the top of the screen is going to come down. These 2 guys are going to cross each other, and it's going to put a bind on either Ballantyne on top or Quay Walker on the bottom if they should go in motion with the players. But I think what they do is they pass it off and cover it. And Goff is not looking that way for some dumb reason because he's got 2 down here with more defenders, and up here is 3 guys with less defenders. So he should be looking to the right side, but he's stupid. So that's good for us. And look, as the play develops, if you look at the top of the screen, Ballantyne lets the slot guy or the top receiver go, and now he takes the running back who came across is going to be doing kind of like a wheel route. And it doesn't matter because Jared Goff is looking straight at Laporta at the bottom of the screen. But McDuffie's right here waiting, ready to go. And that freezes Goff just enough for him to not want to throw the ball. And if you look here, Preston beat Penei Sewell, and he's on his way to get the sack. Right as he's trying to throw. A little too late. Preston gets the sack. So it's a combination of a good zone concept. We're taking away the quick throws. We're playing a shallow zone, but still passing off receivers as opposed to, just standing there and being a goofball, not doing anything. They're actually running with them for a little bit, then pass them off and move to the next zone if a guy comes into their zone. So they played much better in the back end, I think, which allowed for, and then also they got really good pressure. Like Preston, let's watch pressure at the top of the screen here.
How does he beat Penei Sewell? Right? What?
Penei Sewell just looks like a scrub. He looked like a scrub in this game.
Chomp right there. Damn.
Yeah, it looked really bad.
I mean, the other thing that's noticeable to me just in those is that the safeties in their positioning and what they're doing are a lot more disciplined than what we're used to seeing from the other safeties.
Yeah.
And maybe that's enough. I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
you'll see. I have a video later that kind of shows some issues that this defense, the Lions figured it out kind of right away. And then they did some things that attacked it. And I'll show you how that works. And then what the Packers did to combat that later on. But the Packers did want to they did a lot of the 3 shell where they would have the safety deep and then they drop back Valentine, and then keep 4 guys down here, or sometimes only 3 guys down here. And then the Lions would attack one side of the field, and there's only 2 defenders there. And I'll show you that later on. But on some of these plays, the Lions' route concepts are not going very deep because Goff doesn't have a great arm, right? He doesn't have a strong, deep passing arm. So what they're doing is they're taking away this 10 to 15-yard pass that Jared Goff is comfortable throwing and forcing him to try to throw downfield, which he's not willing to do, which then leads to him getting sacked. So even here on this play, right now, you got a double team on top of the screen in with the slot. Two guys are like running into each other, and you got McDuffie covering them and Keyshawn Nixon. Top of the screen, the top receiver is going to do an in cut, and you got Valentine up there waiting for it. Bottom of the screen, you got Sam Laporta bracketed by Valentine and Owens, and Quay Walker is just eyes on the quarterback, ready to make a move, as well as Anthony Johnson Jr. playing that deep safety role, ready to go wherever. If the ball gets thrown deep, he's going to cover it, make his way to whichever side it goes to. Goff's got a pretty good pocket on this play. But at this point, his only throw is really at the top of the screen, which he's not looking at. For some reason, he's looking at this mess that's in the middle of the field with McDuffie and Keyshawn Nixon and the 2 receivers. When he should be looking at the top of the screen here, he's got a wide open guy. But he's not looking there. Lucky for us. Now, as he hits his rope, look at that. That's where the ball should go. Right at the 26-yard line. The guy's wide open because Valentine has to worry about this receiver coming, possibly could go on an out route here, and he's got to cover that. McDuffie doesn't know what's going on behind him, so his only option is to stay where he is. If Goff was a good quarterback, you throw the ball here to number 11, I think, who this guy is. Goff's not throwing the ball. He's got a clean pocket. The ball should be gone by now, right here. But it's not. And if you look down at the bottom of your screen, Rashawn Gary's got his guy beat. This is 4th down at 7. I mean, this could be a first down right here. But it's not because Gary beats the guy, gets the sack. Goff never throws the ball to the right spot. Doesn't read the defense properly. If that was Patrick Mahomes or a good quarterback, I don't know if they would hit that many sacks. That's all I'm saying. That one was a blown coverage. It wasn't, or not blown, but it attacked the spot where we had a weak spot in our coverage, and Goff never looks there. So part of it is pretty good defense. Guys playing together. The Packers pass rush did beat their guys pretty fast. Like, it wasn't like Goff had all day to hang out back there. But his unwillingness to throw the ball, or inability to see where to throw the ball, because he's not looking in the right spot. I mean, he's looking right at that jumbled mess that was there. And by the time he finally decides where he wants to throw it, it's too late, and he's toast. All right, so those are all the sacks we got. And it was kind of, you saw it. It was like we got pretty decent coverage in the back. We got really good pass rush. Got there pretty fast. The offensive line for the Lions, Penei Sewell and Decker, these big name guys on the edges, on the tackles, they didn't do that great. The Packers got some pretty quick rush, pretty quick pressure. But it was also the fact that the Packers secondary, or the guys in the coverage, did a good job of sitting right in the passing lanes that Jared Goff usually wants to throw to. And Goff wasn't willing to throw the ball in those spots because he didn't want to, probably because last week he threw 3 picks. So he's like, I am not throwing a bunch of picks today. Well, he had a bunch of fumbles, which helped us out. This play, if you're looking here, it's going to be a screen pass. And I kind of started a little late, but on this play, Kingsley Enagbare is lined up at outside pass rusher. And when the ball snapped, he drops back in coverage in the flat. And all 3 of the big guys for the Packers all go to Jared Goff. And if you look here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive linemen, or big guys at least, ready to block for our guys. For their Sam Laporta down here, and all we got is Kingsley Enagbare. But as we all know, Kingsley Enagbare is one of those guys who kind of can make rushers or blockers miss him in the open field. So he makes a beeline straight for Laporta, misses the tackle. But the key to this play is not just after you watch Kingsley Enagbare get over here. If you look right at the 40-yard line, straight in the 40-yard line, right down from Sam Laporta, just above him, you're going to see Lucas Van Ness, who's way over here at this point, but he hustles all the way across and makes a tackle on Sam Laporta for a no-gain play. So it's a good combination of Kingsley Enagbare being hustle and attack, and you got Lucas Van Ness cleaning up the mess when Enagbare can't make the tackle. So it's a good combo right there, those two guys working together. To cause havoc, you're not getting any yards on that screen pass, even though they had 4 blockers there. So it was the hustle. You can watch this time, watch Van Ness, how he comes over here, reads that it's a screen right away, and then beelines it all over to help make that tackle right off the bat, even though the Lions have 4 blockers, and none of them got anybody because Enagbare straight to Laporta, and then Van Ness reads it, beelines back over there to help out with the tackle. If he didn't do that, if that was Kenny Clark or maybe Rashawn Gary or somebody like that, maybe this is a first down. So that's a good play by Van Ness. Heads up, hustle over there, make a play. Then the last one, this one's for Lee. If you look right here at about the 30-yard line, near the bottom of the screen, you're going to see our guy, McDuffie. It's another screen pass. The left guard is going to come off, let Brooks go, and go up to the next level to take on McDuffie. And this is another screen pass where Quay Walker is a little behind. We got 1, 2, 3 blockers coming. And the left guard actually gets his hands on McDuffie, but McDuffie sheds the block and makes a tackle for a 3-yard gain on 3rd down. And then the Lions probably went for it on 4th down for all I know. I don't even know. But it's one of those plays where in the past we've seen McDuffie beeline and use his speed to get past blockers. This time he actually got blocked, but then got off the block to make the tackle on a screen pass. So just showing a couple plays here in a row of 2 guys who are able to read what's going on, read that it's a screen, get over there as fast as they can. In this case, actually get blocked, but then get off the block and make the tackle. Great play right there by McDuffie. And you're talking 5 sacks, 2 stop screens. Doesn't get any better than that. That's some awesome, awesome defense.
And some good calls by the defensive coordinator. Doing some different stuff, which keeps maybe your guys interested at midpoint of the season, but also keeps the other team a little off balance. Chris is here, says go Pack Go. Chris, how you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, man, that's some good stuff overall. And even though I think so, a couple of keys to that. There's always holes in zones, right? There can always be spots exploited by zones where you put pressure like you showed in some of those cases, but there's a lot of factors there. If the quarterback doesn't see it, if the guys play it, if they play really disciplined and stay in their spot, you're going to have a better chance of the defense being successful and covering most of those things. And then the other part is that, if you can get some pass rush and some pressure, you can speed up that quarterback's time clock and maybe get in their head a little bit, and then they don't make as good decisions. So all that stuff worked together in his last victory over the Lions. Good stuff. Good. All right, Ben. So a lot of people are on the Packer train now all of a sudden. How are you feeling about that?
Well, especially after the Vikings lost yesterday.
Yeah, Vikings. Hey, Bears. Everybody was a Bears fan last night.
Yeah, for once.
Finally, Lucas Patrick told Justin Fields where to throw the ball after he didn't know where to throw the ball for a couple of plays, and then he did, and then they got in field goal range. So Lucas Patrick won the game for the Bears last night. Look it up.
And maybe save the season for the Pack.
Still helping out the Pack.
Maybe we got a chance. And then next year he'll be a Packer again.
I don't know.
Think about that.
Maybe Alan Lazard only has Year and a
No,
half left.
we don't want Alan Lazard.
No, I don't want him back, but that was hilarious. I told you Alan Lazard was a healthy scratch, and it was Robert Saleh. Got questioned about it after the game, and then I hope everybody saw that. And then he was like, "Well, I mean, he's going to be here for a while. I mean, well, for a year and a half, he's going to be a part of this thing." He said.
It's
As
just so
long,
dumb.
as long as Rodgers is there, he'll be a part of it. After that, cut the cord. He's out.
It's obvious that the Aaron Rodgers GM ability is much worse than Bruin Gutenkunst. And that's saying something. He might be on par with Ted Thompson's first round draft picks.
Oh,
The Aaron Rodgers. I wonder if Aaron Rodgers would draft Alan Lazard in the first round, even though he went undrafted. I don't know. Well, you got Billy Turner, Adrian Amos, Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, Tim Boyle. Yikes. Not good players.
I remember he wanted him to get Cook too, and they made that happen. Dalvin Cook.
Oh yeah, Dalvin Cook. Yeah. Well, we watched him last year. We saw he was slowed down a lot last year.
Yeah.
That's why the Vikings let him go. He didn't have the burst anymore.
Yeah.
And then Robert Tunyon and Big Dog.
I didn't even see him play for the Bears.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know what they're playing over there. And we got a bunch of rookies who are doing pretty dang good. So I would say Bruin Gutenkunst made the correct decisions on all those moves. And I think just about everybody else would agree at this point because the proof is in the pudding. Right?
I'd say so. So the one thing I had to ask you before, I got to open this up. I'll get it to you. Oh, go on to your next thing. You got another video? Because I got to go find this
already.
Thing. Well,
what is with? I mean,
well, let's see.
I'll get videos.
I'll get
into
it here.
No. We're doing another video. It's too late now. I'm already videoing.
I'm gonna get into it.
It's too late. I'm already videoing. We're already there.
All right.
You got to share it pretty soon.
All right. It's up. It's up. It's up.
All right. Now we're going to look at, this is what the Lions did to kind of combat this Packers defense. So I talked about earlier on the last video, it wasn't something that we saw too much, but the Packers are lined up in the zone defense at this point. You're going to see Valentine back out, and then Johnson Jr. going deep. So you're going to get 3 guys deep. They're going to send 5 guys, and that's going to leave 3 guys to cover the shallow zone here. And that would be Owens, Quay Walker, and McDuffie. What the Lions do with this is they move Laporta in motion over this way. You're going to see the top receiver do a deep route. You're going to see the running back go in the flat, and you're going to see Laporta do like about a 15-yard route and go in that zone. What happens is McDuffie, because he's playing maybe like a 7-yard zone, he reads to what's going on in front of him, which is the running back. So he has to stay looking at the flat. On the top, Valentine has to go with the receiver who's going deep because he can't get beat deep or we're screwed, right? Which leaves nobody to cover Sam Laporta. And you'll remember this was on the first drive of the Lions play. So what you're going to see is Laporta's going in motion. The Packers are going to drop guys out. Of course, they're going to send 5. So as you see here, McDuffie gets a little bit of a hit on Laporta, but not much. Anthony Johnson Jr. is facing the wrong way. The tight end, both tight ends stay in and block. They don't even bother. The Lions don't even bother sending anybody even over to this side of the field. This is like the easiest read for Jared Goff in the history of all time. Because Valentine is the only guy over here in this corner. He's forced to go with this deep receiver. McDuffie's got his eyes on the running back. And you're going to see Sam Laporta go at about a 15-yard route, and there's nobody there. And the only guy who sees it is Valentine, who's came from all the way over here to get his butt over there. But he's like, crap, you guys, what are you doing? Because there's no receivers coming out on this side of the field. Now, if that was Jair, he would have probably just stayed over here, did nothing. Oops. But at least Valentine's running, beeline over there to try to get something happening because there is nobody anywhere near Laporta because of this dumb defense. And then Sam Laporta gets inside the 10-yard line. And, of course, the Lions score soon after that. So you're thinking, okay, the Packers will figure this out, right? Okay, I guess we're going to
Hope
see it from
so.
the other. We're going to see it from the other angle here. But this was the first drive of the game, and they're talking to each other. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know if maybe Anthony Johnson Jr. was supposed to come and cover here, and then Valentine is supposed to go deep, or I don't know. It seems kind of odd, but it was just way too easy for Jared Goff. He only had to read two guys. You know, wherever if the corner, he's probably reading Valentine. If Valentine stays low, he goes deep. Okay, now this was the first drive of the second half. On this play, you're going to see the receiver go deep. You're going to see the running back come out of the backfield. You're going to see, in this case, instead of Laporta, you're going to see St. Brown. He's going to come out and do a 15-yard out route. Same exact play, basically. And the Packers run the same exact defense. Except this time, you got Owens in the flat. You got Ballantyne who's got to go deep. Anthony Johnson Jr. is way back here because they're still playing that 3 deep zone. The 3 guys underneath and sending 5, which I hate. But the Packers do it. And then what are you going to see? Same exact play. Except this time, Ballantyne, instead of going deep all the way, he's got his eyes back looking for the ball, see where the ball's going. So at least that helps a little bit. But it doesn't help enough. But at least he's there to stop St. Brown right away. So they're learning a little bit. But it's still putting Ballantyne in a really bad spot. Like, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, I know PFF gave him a bad grade in this game. And I'm like, well, what's he supposed to do? He's got to cover the deep route first. He can't give up a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
In the second time, I think he played it pretty dang well. He ran deep with the guy, kept his eyes back, read the quarterback. There's not much else he could do. And at least he stopped it to be in like a 2-yard gain after the catch, or 3-yard gain, or whatever, 5-yard gain of catch, I guess. But still, that's pretty good.
It actually should have been a penalty on St. Brown because he lowered his helmet right into his chest. But
right. All right, now this looks very similar, except for one thing. Now we got Ballantyne up deep, or up close, almost like a man coverage. And on the top, you got Quay Walker lined up on the running back. So this is man. The Packers switch to man on this, and the Lions try running the same exact play. Basically. Except this time they have the receiver cutting an in-cut route. This guy's going deep, and this guy's going to go out. However, this time, we get pressure on Goff. If you look down here, the ball's gone, but he's got a guy at his feet. It's Preston Smith. And because of where Keyshawn Nixon is by playing man defense, that ball has to be a perfectly thrown ball to the outside. He has to throw it over the top because of where Nixon is, which Jared Goff can't do. The ball sails a little too far. Incomplete pass because Nixon had good position on the play. Actually, that's Ballantyne. Take it back. So maybe it was because they were playing man, and that's why it actually worked out that time. And if they would have played zone again, they probably would have got beat on the same stupid play a third time, basically. The same concept with that 15-yard out route after, because it's basically the same type of thing. So, but at least they learned that last time. And it was a little bit better. Now we're going to look at some sorry run defense.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry. Come on.
Sorry run defense. Let's take a look at this. First of all, you said that Rashawn Gary played better against the run.
He had a couple of plays against the run. He did okay. Pretty good.
Okay. Well, on this play, let's take a look. The ball is first in Jared Goff's hands at this point, being pitched. Rashawn Gary has his eyes on the backfield. Penei Sewell is pulling. Now, usually if you see a tackle pulling like that, you should know it's a running play.
Yeah.
Very seldom is a tackle going to pull that far out, and it's not going to be a pass, or it's not going to be a run. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But let's watch Gary, and guess who's blocking him, by the way? St. Brown.
Come on.
St. Brown. Now, he gets off the block, but St. Brown stays on the block just enough. Watch him. See, he pushes,
Yeah.
which keeps Gary out of the play.
Good job, St. Brown.
And here it's a freaking 25, 30-yard run. Because Gary doesn't read the pulling freaking guard or the pulling left tackle in Decker and know to beeline to the running back. And if you, like I said, you watch St. Brown here, he does all he can to stick with him. Stays on him, stays on him, stays on him, stays on him. Gary should be able to fight through that and get to the running back. And then he's so damn slow, he's got no chance. And he kind of gives up.
Because he's not fast. He knows he's
Well,
not
I don't care
fast.
if he's not fast. We already got Kenny Clark who gives up all the time. We can't afford to have other guys who give up.
They all do it. Not everybody, but a lot of
Now,
them.
this play would have been a touchdown more than likely. And it's just really good blocking. Kingsley Enagbari does all he can. He takes an inside move. He probably maybe should have stayed outside, but he gets the inside of Sam Laporta. He messes up the two pullers the best he can. And if these guys were to start attacking, Owens, McDuffie, even Quay Walker get his butt moving a little bit more, they probably could have stopped this play. But Quay Walker's slacking it. McDuffie's not really attacking, and Owens is definitely not attacking, which leads to here, Kingsley Enagbari just gets shoved enough by Sam Laporta that he's out of the play. The two pullers get kind of back into their groove here. You got McDuffie and Owens who need to try to get around these two guys. And Owens, they both end up next to each other. Instead of staying and holding their spots, McDuffie should have stayed and held the spot. If he would have stayed and held the spot, then Owens would have had a clean shot to get the running back. But because McDuffie kind of overextended himself, that gives a cutback lane for the running back here. And because Quay Walker didn't attack from this side of the field, and he kind of just stayed there and slacking it, there's no way he's going to get over there in time. And the running back goes crazy up there. And then, of course, they call the holding call up here on Valentine. Or else that should have been a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
But, so, what did we see? That was our two. Let's watch that again because it's really important to watch and find out what the problem was. It's two things.
Why did Quay Walker? He barely
Let's watch
moved.
Watch Quay Walker. Watch him.
What is he doing? It's a run. It's that way. What is he doing?
Yeah, he's just kind of goofing around. I don't
Get over
quite
there,
know what he's
dude.
doing. I don't quite know what he's doing. He needs to attack and move. Like when Devontae Wyatt is the one guy who's working hard on a play, that's the problem. Well, Kingsley Enagbari did too, but he, when you see it from this angle, he does his best. He tries to get to the inside and he tries to mess up the pullers, and he does a good job of making the pullers have to go deeper than they normally want to go. But because Owens is just standing back here, and McDuffie ends up going a little too far over. And then those guys are next to each other, and they kind of take each other out of the play. You got a shield wall here with these two guys. Sam Laporta is trying to give up, maybe get another block.
Like a Wyatt, he might get it. Oh, he can't.
And we got Anthony Johnson Jr. with the missed tackle. And a touchdown, but it's not really a touchdown, but it should have been a touchdown if you ask me.
What? Come on. That was definitely holding, though. Dumb receiver.
Yeah, it was. I'm not saying it wasn't holding, but it's like the guy probably didn't need to hold.
No.
Probably would have been a touchdown either way.
Yeah.
Now, this play I'm showing because it's Kenny Clark doing Kenny Clark things.
Hey. 6 pressures in this game or something.
Yeah. Yep. He does a really good job of getting
whatever
pressures. Now, I'm going to show you this because I want to really... He's got Penei Sewell. Here's the thing that really bothers me. Remember when we played the Jets last year, we played the Giants last year, and the defensive linemen would just crash. Like if they would keep their eyes, if the running back went to one side of the field, they'd crash and just over pursue to that side and just mess everybody up and mess the whole line up.
Yep.
Penei Sewell is lined up at right tackle here. Kenny Clark is on the gap between the right guard and the right tackle. Somehow Penei Sewell gets to the inside shoulder of Kenny Clark. That should not happen. Ever. But it happens. And because of that, look at that. Because of that inside shoulder there. And here's the other thing. TJ Slayton, of course, is pushing his guy over because he's expecting Kenny Clark to push his guy over. But look at that. Kenny Clark got his butt kicked, pushed backwards.
Yeah,
There's this
that's bad.
giant freaking hole here. And the tight end is getting to the second level on McDuffie and taking him out. Or Owens, I guess. For a big gain. But who's the real culprit on this play? It's Kenny Clark. Because he doesn't keep his eyes on the backfield. Now here's another play.
What's our defensive personnel on that last one? They were at like the 12-yard line or something. Why do we have so many little guys out there?
I don't know, but here's a play where we got big guys on the field. We got Kenny Clark, TJ Slayton, Wooden, Van Ness over here, lined up with hands in the dirt. That's 4 guys with their hands in the dirt. And the running back, I'll see where the running back's lined up again. Okay, he's just straight back. But I want you to watch Kenny Clark again. He's got the outside shoulder of the guard. He goes to the inside, then he pushes to the outside. He has no idea where the ball is. He's pulling a Zadarius Smith. So, a person who's grading this is saying, oh, look at Kenny Clark with the penetration. But it's also, look at Kenny Clark leaving this big, giant-ass hole for the running back to run through. I showed you this a couple weeks ago when we had the Steelers game, where Kenny Clark just went to the outside shoulder of the guard and left a big hole up the middle for the running back. And now I've shown you 2 more plays where it's the same crap. He gets to the outside shoulder, gets shoved out of the play, and there's a gaping hole where Kenny Clark is supposed to be. And people say, why is the Packers' run defense so bad? Well, I'm going to tell you why. 97 is why. And now I wanted to show you how it's done, how it's supposed to be done. Look here. Carl Brooks, who's not a great run defender. He's not known for that. He played outside linebacker / defensive end in college. This is his first year playing at any type of a defensive end / defensive lineman position where he has to really hold up against offensive linemen and worry about the run defense, right? Watch him on this play. You're going to see him get held up by the guard, or maybe it's a tackle. I can't remember. We'll watch as it goes. He keeps his head on the inside, watches the running back. When the running back gets past to the outside of the guard that is covering him, he then shoves the guard to the inside, and he puts his head to the outside, which forces the running back to cut it back in again. And there's a bunch of guys there to help make the tackle. So watch Brooks here. He gets double teamed. Now look at here. See how he keeps his head on the inside, which takes away the inside run for the running back, which is forcing him to go to the outside, right? See Carl Brooks here. In a second, now he switches, shoves the guard to the over, and he moves to the outside, which is forcing the running back to stop in his tracks. Now, it also helps that you got all these other guys here too, but that's how you play the run. You hold your guy up, you keep your eyes on the running back, you move the guy in front of you because you know he's holding you and they're never going to call it. But because he did that, that's forcing the back inside to where all of his guys are ready to help tackle. That's how you play the run. You don't try to beat the guy to the outside and try to get to the quarterback when you're a defensive lineman. Now, this is the very next play. On this play, they double team Carl Brooks. He falls on his ass, but he does the thing that Mike Daniels would do sometimes. He holds his ground and holds up those 2 blockers so that somebody else can get in there and make a tackle. And it's the very next play. Look at him. He's getting shoved. But because he will not move, he is not moving from that spot, the running back is forced to go to the outside where there's guys waiting there to help tackle. You'll see it from the end zone camera here in a second. So watch Carl Brooks. He's going to get double teamed. He's going to get beat on this play because he's not known for run defense and being a pretty solid, big, tough guy, right? There he is. He gets shoved. He gets shoved by Laporta. Now, it helps also that TJ Slayton beats his one-on-one block and follows the running back to the inside, and Quay Walker helps. But that's how you play the run. So we just saw 2 good running defensive plays in a row. Is it a coincidence that Kenny Clark's not on the field on either of those plays? No! It's not a coincidence. I hate to say it, all the Kenny Clark fans, but the good run defense is when Kenny Clark's not on the field. Look at TJ Slayton getting held. But that was a combination of Carl Brooks not getting pushed backwards when he's getting double teamed, TJ Slayton only getting single teamed, single blocked, and getting off that single block to make a play. And those are things that are good. The Packers can do good run defense. The problem is their highest paid guy wants to get sacks. He's turned into Zadarius Smith, Kenny Clark has. And sometimes that's great when you get penetration, you cause a problem. But Kenny Clark doesn't have the speed to, when he gets the penetration, make a play back there. What we really need him to do is hold up his block, shed the block, because he's got great upper body strength. He's a strong guy, and he's short, so you know he's going to get leverage underneath. Get leverage, look for the ball, shed the block. Don't try to get past the guy to the outside and leave a giant hole for the running back to run through. And he's done it repeatedly over and over and over, and I've shown you on the film week after week. So I don't want to hear any more about how great Kenny Clark is. Kenny Clark had 8 pressures in this game, according to PFF. How many sacks did he have? None. Did any of the when I showed you those 5 plays where the Packers had sacks, was it because of Kenny Clark? One time he got a little bit of pressure, which helped. But against the run, he's a liability. And it's not because he's not a good player. And it's not because he's not strong or solid or a tough guy. It's because he's doing dumb shit. And that just can't happen when you're a 7-8 year veteran in the league making $20 million a year at D tackle. You can't be giving up holes that are 5 yards wide. And I've shown it to you. He keeps doing it over and over again. Aren't his coaches on his ass for this shit?
I don't know. He's too decorated. He's too much of a vet. You can't coach him anymore. I don't know.
And the sad part is people watch PFF gave Kenny Clark a good grade in this game. And he did have. He had a lot of pressure, right? And of course, Andy Herman he said how great Kenny Clark was in this game. All the pressures. Okay. There comes a time where you have to know what your job is. You read the run first. If the run's not there, then you collapse the pocket from the inside and collapse the pocket. You don't try to beat your guy and get in and then first of all, you give an escape route to the quarterback right up the middle, which is the easiest place to go.
Yeah.
Secondly, you're giving up an easy run right up the middle because you're not holding up against, you're like holding the guy and doing your thing. You're just leaving a big gaping hole. What more can I say? I don't know quite else to do it. I can only show you guys so much. I don't know. He's got too much talent to play that bad. That's all I'm going to say. Too much talent to be that much of a liability in the run game. And he is. He's a huge liability in the run game.
Well, and as you pointed out, he's not a finisher in pass rush.
No.
Because he can't close on guys. He can't even close on guys like Jared Goff. So it doesn't do a lot of good. And it's very undisciplined play. And that's the problem. Like you cannot have that undisciplined play from an inside player against the majority of the quarterbacks in the NFL. They will take off and run. Or you have big, huge holes where everybody else is doing a pretty good job and you create a big opening and then it's a problem. So, and then your run defense looks like garbage, like you said. So that's all very clear. I don't know. I mean, they all look at the film. They all go back to their position groups. They watch the film. I don't know. I'm sure they don't watch every play, but I mean, there's definitely some coaching points there, right? Some coachable moments for sure.
Well, and I could be wrong, right? Maybe he's supposed to penetrate in that play. Maybe everybody's supposed to penetrate in that play, and some guys can't do it. But then what you have to do is change your defense. Like here's the thing, it's so dumb. We already have 2 guys on the outside who want to just penetrate. And, actually, Preston Smith is pretty good he usually doesn't do it unless he knows it's a pass rushing play.
Yeah.
But, they're already going to leave holes to the outside. So you can't possibly leave a gaping hole to the inside like that unless you're going to make the play. You better make the play. And Kenny Clark's not good enough to make the play. And somebody needs to sit him down and be like, dude, we can't have you doing this crap anymore. You got to hold up against your guy. Hold him up, shed the block, make the tackle for no gain. Don't try to be the guy who gets a 5-yard loss on a run play when you're not even there.
And even if the design is to penetrate on the play, when you recognize, you need to recognize if it's a running play or a passing play. And if it's a running play, yeah, you got to play more sound. You have at least one gap to control, and at his position, sometimes it might be really should be able
Might
to
be
play
two.
gaps. You should be able to maneuver to kind of help out in two gaps. So I don't know. Anyway, there's some things to clean up for sure. But I did hear some national, a lot of people buzzing about the Packers and
Yeah, I
going
know.
on about their chances, and they do have this easy schedule the rest of the way after they get past Kansas City. So even if they lose this week, like, it looks pretty good chances to make the playoffs. Vikings lose last night, so there's a whole lot of things. They get to play the Vikings again. Seahawks got a couple tough games, so there's some avenues here for sure for the Packers to make the playoffs. Now they got to keep playing well, they got to keep winning, stuff like that. But overall, should be a lot more encouraged than you were a couple weeks ago, everybody. So that should make the end of the season fun for sure. And I don't know. We'll let it all play out, and see what happens. But right now, a lot of things we kind of talked about for the Jets and for the Packers are looking pretty much what we had talked about before the season started. And now Robert Saleh might be on the hot seat, Ben.
Yeah, he'll be the defense coordinator next year.
It'd be super crazy if that happened. Okay, let's do some good stuff. We got some good stuff. Excuse me, I'm getting a little. Oh, Lee's here. He showed up. Hey, Lee. Zero came in the house. Hey, Zero, how you doing? Upcoming game versus the Chiefs will be a shootout. You say we need to be physical in the first half. Well, yeah, being physical is always a good thing for sure against any team, but the Chiefs for sure. PFF grade system has to be broken. If you have any name recognition, your score is extra boosted for sure. Yeah, well,
I'll tell you something, Lee. The guy who had the highest PFF grade in this last game does not have any name recognition.
woo.
And
Who was it? I think we had to get to it. Hang on. It is time to get to it because there's a sneaky guy who is actually not that sneaky, but he actually probably should have been both of our silent but deadly player of the game because he was really deadly, and apparently not enough people knew it. So let's get into that one. Oh, I gotta turn this off or that becomes a problem. Here it is.
And now it's time for the Hafeman Bros silent but deadly player of the week.
This player was so silent and so deadly in the game that we got to do an extra silent but deadly from this last game. Plus, the win was so good. So, Ben, there was one guy that stood out in this game, and efficiency was the name of the game for this player. And you told me this stuff last night, and I was like, what? Seriously? He only had that many snaps? Because it felt like he was in the game all the time, making big plays.
yeah. Keep going.
I don't have a lot to say tonight. That was my setup for the guy the number formerly Randall Cobb. This man is much bigger in stature, much more physical, and we're glad he's a Packer because he does a lot of good stuff. And he was, 4 catches on 4 targets for 40-some yards, a couple of first down catches, and a bunch of good blocks. That's what I know.
Well, share some video, bro, because we got all of the Malik Heath plays.
It's up there. Let's see it.
All righty, let's check it out. The first Malik Heath play is he's going to be your lead blocker on this play, and it's a running play. He's like your fullback. He's lined up at the top of the screen right now. He's going to come in motion across and then come back and do a lead block for A.J. Dillon. It is beautiful. And this is in slow motion, or half speed. So here he goes. Malik Heath, this is his first play of the game. Comes back through. Lead blocker. Takes on 21. keeps shoving him to the ground.
Buries him.
And 21 gets up. Look at him. He shakes his head. He's like, what the crap? How did that guy do that to me? Here's Malik Heath's second play of the game. He's lined up here at the top of the screen. I think he's going to do a in route or something. Oh, no. Yep, there he is. Look at that move.
Takes him down.
Turn around. Guy hanging all over him. Catches a 20-yard pass. Beautiful. You know what? I want to watch that again because it's so dang good. It's not like he's getting a whole lot of separation.
Nope.
But this is his first route run in the game. The guy's behind him.
Yeah, ball's thrown a little late, but
Yeah, but Love
I'm
knows
sure
that he's going to catch it.
wasn't the but I'm sure he wasn't the primary, like the number one read on the play. So
He might have been. He might have been.
Willie Keith, come on. They called the play for him to be the number one read. Doubtful. But he should be. Damn.
Can I just say something real quick? Look at the
Yeah.
Lions defense.
I see it.
1, 2, 3, 4, gap, gap, gap.
Yep.
Look at how sound they are lined up compared to what the Packers are lined up.
Yeah, he's grabbing him. Breaks away. Yeah, Love had to move a little bit because of pressure. Okay.
And he had
I
the
see.
crazy sidearm throw.
Yep.
So that was Malik Heath's second play of the game. Actually, I think I missed one because I only have 10 plays on here. So I was trying to get them all, but I might not have gotten them all. Now Malik Heath's going to move in motion over here. His job on this play is to clear out. He's going to run a deep route, clear out. And this is another first down on the play that Malik Heath is a part of. So he had a killer block on the first play, a 20-yard catch on the second play. This time he goes deep, takes away everybody. And you get A.J. Dillon over in the flat. Now, the thing that really is kind of weird about this, if you look at what's going on here, because Malik Heath's going straight up at this safety, in the top of the screen, you got this in-cutting route. I think this is Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah.
Love really should be throwing this ball right here. Because there is nobody there.
Yeah, because the linebackers are so far up.
But he's not throwing it for some dumb reason. And we still get a first down on the play. But this is where the ball should have gone.
Right.
But whatever. A.J. Dillon catches it, breaks, kind of gets the first down there, gets 11 yards on the play. So it's not terrible. It just shows you how, whatever. All right. Now we got Malik Heath. He's down at the bottom of the screen here. He's going to get a block, lose his helmet. And he still blocks. He's still blocking. He don't care if he has a helmet or not. And, of course, Jaden Reed's breaking tackles left and right, running through the defense, getting a first down. Cool play. Awesome run block by Malik Heath. Plays through his helmet falling off. He don't care. But this time, let's just watch Jaden Reed and just see how awesome he is. Also, Christian Watson does a good job here on the seal block, which allows Yash to get around. Now, Josh Myers kind of getting his butt kicked, but he tries his best to stay on top of it. Another good block is right here by Jenkins. Very good job getting to the next level, taking out 55. Because that's kind of the steal that lets Reed cut it back inside again. And then Runyon really didn't block anybody. He just kind of did the Bakhtiari and run through the defense and not do anything. Classic Runyon Bakhtiari's play. All right, we got Malik Heath on the bottom of the screen here. Oh, no, that's not Malik Heath. What am I talking about? He's on the top of the screen up here. It's a running play, but by the time he does anything, he was going to block the safety, but A.J. Dillon's already tackled away before he blocks the safety, so it really doesn't matter. So this play wasn't as exciting for a Malik Heath play. But I'm showing you all of his plays except for one, apparently, because they say he had 11, and I only found 10. I will say this. Everybody says how Josiah DeGuara sucks. Let's watch 44 Pearson here, who's the fullback replacement. He does basically the same thing Josiah DeGuara does. Though he's still blocking through the whistle. That's nice. I like that. Now you got Malik Heath lined up at the bottom of your screen.
Oh boy.
I don't know if this is play 6 or 5 or I lost count.
Oh, you just got the signal.
This might be a bad play, I think. There's one bad play in here. Yep, this is the bad play. Malik Heath misses. He's blocking, and then he loses the block.
Yeah. That's hard. That was a long time to try to block that dude. Way the hell out there. He did push him really far out.
He had one bad play, and that was it.
Hey, I got a quick question for you.
Yeah, what you got?
So, why do guys like Jaden Reed, he always has his mouth guard on his, it's like, attached to his face mask, never in his mouth. And then Branch from the Lions puts it up in his helmet. His is just always up here. It's stuck in there. He never puts it in his mouth, but it's always sticking out of his helmet up there. It puts it in like the air, wedges it in like a couple of air holes there.
I don't know.
I mean, why do they have them? I mean, they never put them in their mouths. So why?
It's weird.
All right. Anyway, go ahead.
Now, this is a crazy Jordan Love run around, throw to Malik Heath play. However, what I want you to look at is the top of the screen here. You're going to see Sims. You're going to see Tucker Kraft, I think, here. And you're going to see A.J. Dillon sneaking over here. And there's no Lions over here other than 55. And Jordan Love, because we got a triple coverage right here on this guy, should probably just dump it off to A.J. Dillon with a blocker in front of him. You're talking a huge gain coming here. Look at this. Look at that. You got a blocker. You got A.J. Dillon. You got Lions way the hell over here. This could be a touchdown. I mean, not a touchdown. Because Aaron Jones would probably be a touchdown. This ball should be thrown.
Whoa. A.J. Dillon touchdown on that.
This ball should be thrown to A.J. Dillon right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of dumb. Even now, it could still be thrown to A.J. Dillon. But now it can't. And then he throws it back across his body. And Malik Heath jumps up with a guy all over him and makes the catch. For like a 10-yard, 11-yard gain. Now, so that's kind of a dumb play by Jordan Love. But an awesome play by Malik Heath. So, is it bad? Is it good? I don't know. Kind of reminded me of Brett Favre stuff right there. If that was Matt Hasselbeck, he would have dumped it off to the running back. Probably got like a 30-yard gain. But hey, Jordan Love's going to learn. Like right there, right now. Right. Boom, throw it. Throw it over to A.J. Dillon. Nope.
Damn.
Now he's just running around. Malik Heath, great hands catch.
I'll tell you what, Yash did a really good job on Aiden Hutchinson on that play.
That's good. Now we got Malik Heath on the bottom of your screen.
Yash is in again. Getting pushed back.
He's got a guy all over him. Jordan Love don't care.
Come on. Ooh.
Jordan Love don't care, man. It don't matter if there's a guy all over Malik Heath. He still catches it every time.
Still a first down.
Still a first down. This is every play Malik Heath. He had one bad play the whole game. The guy was freaking insane this game. He needs to be on the field more. That's how good he is. Look at that. Juke move, gets to the inside. Love doesn't even, all he does is look at him the whole time. He's throwing that ball to Malik Heath no matter what. He trusts him. And that's awesome. I don't know where he is on this play. He's probably, is he right here? No, he's down here. I don't know where he is.
Make us go wait.
We'll figure out where he is in a second once the ball's snapped. But it's another Malik Heath play. Yeah. He's not.
Oh, no, he's not.
He's on the top.
On the top.
Oh, this is the one where he catches it and then he goes out of bounds right away and he didn't realize he was that close to the sideline. So, yeah, he's on the top of the screen. Quick pass, Jordan Love. 4 for 4. Look at how mad he is. Yeah, I didn't know I was that close to the end zone or the sideline, son of a monkey butt. Now he's in the slot here. This is a running play. I'm pretty sure. The last couple plays aren't that exciting because they get the lead and they know they're going to run it. So, but it's a Malik Heath play, so I had to put it on there because he only played in 10, 11 plays. All right, now we got a bad pass. Now I got to show something because this is what makes me mad.
Okay.
Now, Jordan Love gets the ball. It's third down. Right there.
No.
Why is he jumping backwards off his foot? Throwing
Josh Myers.
I know Josh Myers got his ass kicked.
Look at Josh Myers.
I know. Let's watch. You can watch Josh Myers on this play. Watch Josh Myers on this play. He does nothing. He gets his butt kicked immediately. Watch.
I don't want to watch him. I
mean, that's terrible.
That's like right in the face.
That's like the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, it's not even that the guy's lined up on the outside and he beats him to the inside. That's just pathetic. But here's the thing.
Josh Myers.
If that ball was thrown like straight down the line or even like down the hashes, that's a touchdown. Like,
if Christian Watson catches it.
Yeah, if he catches it. But I mean, he throws it. If he would have just threw it normal, like over the top throw. But he threw that sidearm off his back foot, weird crap, and it sailed 10 yards over this side.
Yeah, 350-pound guy coming right up his grill here, right in the middle.
Dude, okay.
Look at how big that guy is, and he's already there. He didn't have his feet set yet.
Did he have to do it like that?
Yeah, because he didn't want to get hit by that big old dude. Now the ball's out. He didn't get hit by him.
Okay, well, Aaron Rodgers, if he throws that pass, you know where it is? It's right down the hash.
Nah,
I think he misjudged his throw. He should have threw it straight down the hash, and he threw it way over there like a ding dong.
I think he saw that big dude and didn't want to take the hit. But he just for that he's standing there and take the hit.
All right, so we're gonna end with a positive, nice run. The only good run of the whole day for the Packers. And it wasn't even anything they did.
The AJ Dillon leap and butt play where the guy.
I don't have that. We've seen it 1,000. We've seen it 1,000 times.
Okay, all right. I only saw it once, but maybe twice.
But in this play only works because Adam Zaloni goes in the wrong hole. He tries to go to the outside hole, and we got Runyon actually gets a block, and Myers gets the second level and gets a block.
Does he really? Oh, I'll have to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, he did. He blocked the guy for half a second. Wow.
That's all. That's all I needed to do was block for half a second.
Yeah.
That was the best run of the day.
Pretty good.
It was nothing really spectacular. It was just,
That's as good as you can expect from
there you go.
Josh Myers.
That was all the Malik Heath plays. A terrible pass, and then a good run.
Malik Heath, congratulations. You were a sneaky, good, silent but deadly player of the game.
PFF has a stat where it's like yards per route run or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Malik Heath only ran 5 routes in this whole game. And he had 4 catches for how many yards he had. So his yards per route run is like dwarfing anybody else in the world in this one game because of how awesome he was. But there's multiple times where Jordan Love only looked at him and only threw to him, even though he wasn't even open all the way. Like, he didn't beat his guy all 100%. It was a thing where Love was like, I trust Malik Heath to catch this contested catch.
Yep.
And I'm going to throw it to where, and it was good pass, good catch, even with the guy hanging all over him. And that's pretty awesome.
David's here and he says, fun to see our quarterback attack the middle of the field. Yes, it is, David.
Yeah.
And fun to see our coach tell guys to call plays to run guys over the middle of the field again. Because he stopped doing that for a while, and then the offense looked like dog garbage, and now it looks better again because he decided to do that. Although he'll say other reasons, but that's the truth. Lee points out Heath is a dog. Fun thing about this offense with any kind of ground game. That is the other thing that I think people got to think about. All the things, Ben. All the things. Aaron Jones, barely available this year. Ground game, not doing much. Offensive line, pretty suspect. a bunch of young pass catchers who dropped as many balls as anybody's dropped balls before, and still, Jordan Love's season's looking pretty good. And the Packers are 5-6. And the defense hasn't been dominant or really winning or been the reason they've won games in any single game. So I don't know. You guys tell me if we went into this season with the situation we were in, and I told you all those things are going to happen, what would you think the Packers record should be right now?
I don't know.
I'd give them
Probably
2 wins, maybe.
5-6.
I'd give them 2 wins.
I think they're about where we thought they were going to be at this time.
Yeah, but we also thought
they
they were
just
going to have a good ground
lost
game.
games we thought they were going to win, and they won games we thought they were going to lose. That's all.
Yeah, but we thought, well, you thought they're going to win all the games except one. But they have been a bunch of things have not gone the way we thought they were going to go. We thought Aaron Jones was going to be available and playing good. We thought the run game was going to be something to lean on. We thought the defense could and should be dominant, or at least pretty good. And they've been okay. And at times solid, but not that great against the run and haven't gotten that many turnovers. So it's like, I'm just saying, to be 5-6 based on the way everything has played out is pretty damn encouraging with a very easy schedule down the stretch. Now, do I think the Packers are going to make Super Bowl? I got excited the other day. Do I think they're going to make a Super Bowl? No. Will they get beat by the better teams in the playoffs, in more physical games, and especially in games where they're out in like weather? Sure, they probably will. But I think they make the playoffs, and they make the playoffs, make a little noise. That's a pretty damn good season. Better than last year, and maybe even better than other years where they came in as a high seed with 13 wins, and you had all these expectations, and then they did diddly squat. So I don't know. That's where I'm at. It's gonna be a fun December. And remember, Matt LaFleur, 15-0 in December. 15-0 in December. He's lost a couple of January games, but 15-0 in December, Ben.
I would say this. I like our chances when we take the ball right away.
You do like that.
Put the pressure on the other team. Take them out of the ability to run the ball and milk the clock. And force them to be, let's not give, because if we have a bad first drive and the other team gets to run the ball over us 2 times in a row, it could be a 10-14 nothing, lead if we're not watching ourselves. But if we get the ball first, even if we stink on our first drive and they get the ball and run down the field and score a touchdown, maybe we kind of pull it together and make something happen on the next drive and get some points. And then at least we're in the game. Yeah, I know we don't get the ball first in the second half, but this team needs a lead. This team needs to prove to itself and the other team that they are dangerous and scary. And by taking these big plays right off the start, like they did against the Lions with that big freaking 50-some yard pass right away, that just opens up stuff for the defense to go crazy and get pressure, like I showed in the first video, right? Now, Jared Goff, kind of a ding-dong. Go against Patrick Mahomes, it's going to be a lot different. This game's going to be a lot different. I mean, it's going to be scary because Rashawn Gary is not going to be able to catch Patrick Mahomes. Even though Patrick Mahomes is not that fast, he's just weird. He runs. He looks like he's got poop in his pants. It's the weirdest looking running I've ever seen on a guy. But somehow he gets away all the time and just throws the ball to Kelsey for someone like he's always open. I don't know. Kelsey's always open constantly. Mahomes is always getting out of sacks. He always runs with these little choppy steps with poop in his pants. I don't know. It works. So we're going to have to be disciplined. We're going to have to be smart. I would say we just double team Kelsey the whole game. Just take him out of the game. force Patrick Mahomes to throw to these stupid receivers who can't catch, because a lot of them can't catch. The Lions won in the first game of the year because I know, because I watched the game, because Patrick Mahomes is my fantasy football quarterback. He threw the ball to Kadarius Toney. It bounced off his hands, and he got 2 picks because of it. Twice. One, I think, bounced off his face. So, I don't know. And then we got MVS who can't catch it cold. I mean, double team Kelsey. Whatever we do, put 2 guys on him. I don't even care. That's it. Put 2 guys on him. Let the receivers play man to coverage on the receivers. If the guys get beat, so what? They're not going to catch the ball anyways. And then on offense, take it to them. If they want to blitz you, make sure we make them pay. Make sure we have hot routes. Make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yep.
Yeah. Make sure we know what the hell's going on this time, unlike last time where, 2 years ago or whatever, 2021, where offensive line just had no clue what the hell's going on. And Jordan Love got as a butt kick. They just threw Devontae Adams 14 times and they only completed 3 of them or whatever it was. And it wasn't until the fourth quarter when he started throwing to other guys. And guess what? We scored a touchdown. Wow. Ooh, look what happens when you start passing the ball to everybody.
Yeah, that's fun too to see that with this team. But you got to watch out for that Pacheco dude. He's crazy.
Yeah, Lee's right. If you double team Kelsey, you can't do a push-off move. Because if he pushes off one guy, the other guy's still there. Good thinking, Lee. Good thinking.
David says it's Jordan Love revenge game here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Somebody said that we should take Patrick Mahomes' family and put him at the very top of the bench stands. Don't let him get a fancy seat. Make him sit out in the cold on the cold benches on the very, very top row like they did to freaking Jordan Love's mom when he had his first start. I don't think that's going to happen. You'll see Taylor Swift and what's her face will be in the magical seats or whatever in the heated seating area. They're not going to be out on the cold bench. Nobody would.
Yeah, it's going to warm up from where it's been the last couple of days.
Yeah, so. I know. It's supposed to be warm tomorrow already. Put like 40 tomorrow already compared to it was like 7 degrees this morning.
Yeesh. They'll get lucky. Yeah. But I don't know. Could be fun. Should be a fun game. Hopefully the Chiefs always forget that they got that Pacheco guy and they forget to use him and then they're dumb. I don't know why, because he's pretty good. I like him.
Oh, Pacheco?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He's crazy. Plus, I think he was Bo Melton's teammate.
Bo Melton got cut.
What?
You didn't hear that? Yeah, he got cut yesterday.
God.
So did James Robinson. He got cut already too.
They let him suit up for a game and then they cut him?
Bruin Gutekunst is a dick.
Yeah, he is.
You don't care.
Well, I mean, I can't say he should be playing in front of any of the guys they're playing, so it's fine. Whatever.
I guess Samari Toure had 3 plays. Apparently, he was suited up in this last game.
He was?
Yeah.
Why'd they have so many receivers suited up?
Bo Melton had 2 plays.
Why did they have so many receivers suited up in this game? What the hell?
I don't know.
Melton made it through waivers. David said, maybe he comes back on the P squad.
He probably will be.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens against the Chiefs. Enjoy that game. We're busy this Friday. Are we busy this Friday? You're hanging out with Dad, or does Dad want us to do a show? I don't know.
I don't know. Wild Man's here, so.
All right. Well, good enough.
I got to work Saturday morning at 5 in the morning.
Oh, all right. Well, don't worry about it then. All right. We're taking Friday off, guys. Taking Friday off. Enjoy your Packers.
Enjoy the Sunday night game in Lambeau against the Chiefs. It's going to be fire. It's going to be awesome.
Can the Packers do it? And even if they lose, it's still fine because they can still do it.
I think the Packers are going to win.
I think the Packers are going to win this game. Holy.
I think they're going to win. It's going to be. I think it's going to be like 30. I think they're going to score 30 on them.
30 points on
Mhm.
the Chiefs.
I think it's gonna be like 30-21.
Leo Chanel's going to be fired up to play in Green Bay, though.
Don't matter.
He's a good Badger. Packers could have drafted him, too. I would have liked that. 30 points. Jordan Love
30
plays
points.
well.
I think Aaron Jones is gonna be back.
Josh Myers handles, what's his name?
No, this is gonna be the battle of the Josh Myers Creed Humphrey battle, and we're gonna watch Creed Humphrey look really good and Josh Myers look like crap because Josh Myers is going up against Chris Jones. He's gonna get his ass kicked. But hopefully the Packers be smart enough to double team Chris Jones, and then like take our two crappiest guys, Myers and Runyon, and just double team Chris Jones every play. So at least he has to get through two crappy guys to get to the quarterback instead of just one crappy guy.
You can adjust. You can move the pocket a little bit or do different stuff. Get the ball out of Love's hands faster, whatever you got to do. Hopefully that works. So what are you going to say? Lee wants predictions. He loves predictions.
I said 30-21. I think
21?
I think it's going to be. I think the fact that the Packers have a bunch of fairly good guys at all positions make it really hard for a defense to cover.
Yeah.
So the key to the defense is if the Chiefs are going to attack and blitz, the Packers need to be able to pick up the blitz. And the one thing the Packers have been doing better at lately is pass protection. So with that being said, if they can figure out a good pass protection strategy to take on the blitzes, I think, and Jordan Love has proved, like I watching back this game, I didn't realize how many times he had a guy in his face and he got out of the sack and then threw the ball away and didn't take a sack, which was very good. It was at least 4 times where he was in the grasp and threw the ball away, which I remember there used to be a thing called in the grasp. I don't know if that still exists anymore, but it wasn't called.
Grasp.
Okay, well, it happened like about 4 times where there's a guy hanging on him and he threw the ball away and none of them were completed, but he didn't take a 6-7 yard loss.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if he can keep that up and keep doing that sort of thing, he's very calm in the pocket. He seems to be doing pretty good that way. So he's got a lot more experience than he did in 21 when he just showed up and the Chiefs just went at him and and the offensive line wasn't prepared to block that way and he wasn't ready to see all that crap come flying at him. So I think it's going to be a good game. And I think the Packers are going to win. And they're going to go on a run.
If the Packers get blitzed, like David says, they'll be blitzing, and they're not prepared for it, then that's on the coaches. That is I don't blame the players one bit. The coaches need to be preparing them for that scenario. And then if you don't get blitzed because they're like, well, last time we blitzed them and now we're going to switch it up and change it up and try to catch them off guard. Well, then you just go like you normally would go. But you have to have this team prepared this week. Has to be about preparing them for those situations and knowing what to do in those situations, especially with all the young guys, like knowing how to adjust, knowing what to look for, knowing what to read, and knowing that if you see that, you instantly make yourself available for the quarterback because he's going to have enough stuff on his plate. So hopefully they figure that out. Lee says 24-23, Packers beat KC and the refs. Lee, like your cut-ups. Thanks for the work.
Jonathan, I was...
Jonathan here. Sorry.
I want to, as I'm watching the tape, I want to show more love stuff, but with JT O'Sullivan and Chase Daniel
you believe him?
No, but he's out there making videos and Kurt Warner's making videos. Like with all these big name guys doing quarterback videos and all the good throws for Jordan Love, it was just like, I'm not going to waste my time doing it because other guys can do it better. And they know what they're doing. And for some reason, I can't get my stupid arrows to work anymore. I have to get some kind of download some new thing so I can do all the arrows. I love doing those arrows and crap.
Yeah.
But I can't do it anymore for some dumb reason. So I just decided, after I saw that Malik Heath had 11 plays, I was like, oh, let's just look at all the Malik Heath plays. That's fun. And then I did scour the defensive plays and really looked at them and said, okay, what's going on here? And, the pass rush plays. And Lee wanted to see the screen passes. And so I showed the 2 screen passes that got blown up. And so, but it's tough doing the love stuff because it's like there's so many other people out there who have way bigger names than us that do a much better job than I could ever do. So I'm not going to waste my time with Jordan Love stuff as much anymore because I don't care. I'd rather just deal with the running game and the defense. So you'll probably see more running game and defense on this channel because less people are talking about that, and almost everybody's talking about Jordan Love. So just so you know.
Yeah. Well, we saw some Malik Heath tonight.
Malik Heath!
Bowen is silent but deadly player of the game, and a guy that needs to be on the field more than 11 plays. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Dontavian Wicks comes back. What are they going to do, Ben?
I would play Wicks and Heath first.
Instead of Christian Watson?
Mm-hmm. And Romeo Dobbs.
Whoop.
I don't know. That's just what I would do. Heath is a great third down receiver who
He's physical.
I trust him.
He's
trust
reliable.
him. When you need to get the catch to happen. And I like Wicks after the catch. So I like him better on first down.
So you're saying take like the 5th round pick and is Heath an undrafted free agent?
Yeah.
Or is he 7th round? Okay. You're saying play those two guys instead of the guy you traded multiple picks away to get in the 2nd round the year before and the guy you drafted in the 4th round the year before that everybody said was so great. That's what you're saying to do?
Yeah. I'm not saying like all the time. It's just
right.
Like I think
they need to have more prominent roles for sure. They got to be in the game more. Those two guys.
I don't know. It's really tough because here's the thing: if Christian Watson had better hands, I would want him on the field in every single play. But he doesn't, and his routes aren't that great. So I trust Malik Heath on 3rd down and 7 to catch that 8-yard pass more than I trust Christian Watson. You know, to beat his guy and go deep and catch the pass. I don't know. But I want to see more, shallow crosses for Christian Watson and deep crossing routes. I'm not saying never play the guy. I'm saying the thing with Malik Heath is because of his blocking ability and Christian Watson, pretty good blocking ability too.
Yeah.
So I like both those guys out there. To be honest, the guy I think, maybe should get less snaps to be Romeo. Dobbs.
I know. Yeah. But he's got the most touchdowns.
Well, put him in, and then we get the red zone. Put Romeo Dobbs in there.
He's red zone Romeo.
But to move the chains, give me some Malik Heath.
I like it. I believe it too. I'm gonna say, I got a feeling. I think the Packers will win too. I'm gonna say 27-14. Somehow, Patrick Mahomes. Well, his guys drop a bunch of balls. 27-14 Pack wins. Not going to be a nail biter. They got it on. Well, it'll still be a nail biter because Mahomes will still do crazy stuff at the end of the game, but it's not going to work this time. All right. Packers win all the way around. Enjoy your Sunday and weekend, and Sunday night is for the Packers only, everybody. So be good, stay good, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Peace out. Go Pack Go. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for contributing. Thanks for making comments. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for being yourselves. And you're always welcome here. Have a good night.